Hello, everyone out there. My name is Pastor James Olokesusi. I'm pleased to meet you again in this edition of Business and Career Masterclass. We've been talking so much about business expansion. We've been talking about how you can do, what principles you can imbibe in your business that will enhance it, that will make it go forward. If there's anything you need in a time like this, is to heighten your knowledge, because wisdom is superior to anything. Wisdom is superior to money, is superior to whatever thing you can do. So you need all that you can get in all of your arsenals. You get all the knowledge you can get, because in a time of economic crisis like we are in, you need to get all of the best knowledge you can get to help your business, to help your career. And it's not delegatable. It's nothing you have to get by yourself. It's something you have to learn by yourself, unless you want to get a consultancy for your business. But you need to get all of these things yourself to improve your business. More so for small business owners, SME, small, medium enterprise, and like some would say, they are actually, micro, small, medium enterprise. So basically, you need to get all of the knowledge you need to get, because the times are not friendly to business owners, and the times are very hard. And if you are not really very strong and very expert in what you're doing, that's why a wise man says, if you want to be best at what you're doing, you need to get to practice. You need to learn. Because in a place where there's no knowledge, confusion steps in, and liquidation as regards business comes in. So today I want to talk about how to thrive in the midst of inflation with right strategies. How to thrive in the midst of inflation with right strategies. Inflation is everywhere. There's no gainsaying to that. We see outside the country, Nigeria, all over the world, the whole world as we speak now has experienced global price increase. Compared to even Nigeria, we have seen more of inflation, than we can ever imagine in the history of the country. And we have seen almost about 35% inflation rate. 35% inflation rate. The question is, before I even begin to go into all of those index, analysis, what is inflation? Inflation is a state of general increase in the price of commodities. It's a state of general increase. It's not inflation until the prices becomes general. General, it could be, two things could happen. You could have a general increase, you could have a partial increase. When a particular product, probably yam, increases in price and it doesn't affect other goods, that's not inflation. But when you have a state whereby everything increases, both yam, both beans, both rice, both gari, whatever food you talk about, clothes, transportation, everything, and inflation, comes to bear when the amount of money in circulation becomes higher than the numbers, amount of goods in circulation. Then you begin to see that the money becomes, the amount the goods are gotten before increases, doubles. So, like I said earlier, according to Central Bank of Nigeria, the rate of inflation in circulation as we speak now is around 35%. 35%. I know it's just growing. It's just growing. So the more the inflation, the more the weakened economic and the currency. Because the currency becomes weakened as the inflation grows. And more so, the country Nigeria is going through about double crisis. As the currency becomes weakened by inflation, more so is affecting the exchange rate. Although, as the currency becomes weakened, the exchange rate weakens. The removal of subsidy. The removal of subsidy as which masterminded all of these things. All of these things are just coming at once. That as a business person, if you are not smart enough, if you are not learning enough, if you are not having a growth mindset, if you are having a certain fixed mindset whereby you feel you have known it all, the best of what you know is what you're going to use in this age, in this season. One thing about change is that change will not ask you for permission. Change, if you don't want to change, change will change you. Change will come to you. So, if you don't get to understand the realities on the index analysis of what is happening in the country, and you are not trying to work on seeing what you can do to get yourself, at a level whereby you won't be submerged. Because this is a kind of a, it's just like a Spanish adage that says, when the water rises, all the other ships are affected, and they rise alongside. So when the water doesn't rise, it doesn't matter what ship you are in, you are not rising. So, but in a case like this, when price has risen up, there are things you need to do. Because in a state like this, in fact, the purchasing power has been weakened, by this economy, and people are not really ready to purchase things that are not necessary any longer. They have to analyze, prioritize whatever they want to put their money in. So I don't know the kind of business you are into. And even as a career person, the value of your salary before now, if you have been earning 150,000 before now, it has been weakened. Because the cost of what you're going to buy, as a matter of fact, your salary has been slashed into, the value of your salary has been slashed into half. If you are collecting 150,000 now, before now, your salary has now become almost about 75,000 naira. Because what you were buying for 75,000 before is what you're going to be getting for the value of that 150,000 naira. So you need to learn, as a business person, what you need to do. There are some strategies you need to put in place. And even as an individual, you need to put in place to run over these tides. Because it's really a turbulent time. Many businesses have collapsed. Many businesses have jumped out of the country. Many people have run away. Like we call it here, the JP out, the Japa, So, but basically, and it's not just about the Japa syndrome. Is not just the best solution, because sometimes the best time to achieve great things is in a time of crisis. Many businesses came the fall in America during 1999 recession, and that set of businesses came to fall during 2008 recession in America. So it's not just about you running out. It's about you seeking counsel, seeking knowledge on what do you do to optimize, to get to the next level, to take advantage of this economic turbulent time to move to the next level. I'm going to list about 7 things we can do so that we enhance because no business is safe. Both locally, those businesses who rely on import has been affected by import duties, global price increase, exchange rate. Those businesses who are depending on local produce, they have been affected by cost of transportation, cost of labor, cost of production. They have been affected even by the cost of fuel increase has been affected by it. So you need to seek, what must I do? You are at that point in your life, you are at that point in your business where you need to seek wisdom. What must you do? And that's why you must see to appropriate and appreciate all of this teaching as it's coming to you. The first thing that we advise is that look at the price index. Okay? Just note it down. Look at the price index and or the price analysis. Use the price analysis. Now, with all of those things you are buying, which are very increased, you might be trying to reflect whatever you bought on your products. But I think, don't you agree with me that rather than you increasing your product, increasing your prices, or to make more money, because everybody knows things are going up, why not reduce the amount of the profit per se, and look at customer base and competitive, fighting your competition, rather than looking for a way to continue with the status quo. I'm going to explain that. Instead of you to increase your price as others have increased, why not look at customer base? Why not look at fighting competition in a time like this? Many people are doing it now, and they are knocking many others out of business. They are even knocking them, because a time like this is when what is called disruption in business analysis can happen. When you analyze disruption, we talk about when you can do your business faster, you can do your business cheaper, and you can do your business, with less time. So that's where disruption begin to come in. When your business, you can attend to your customer in a shorter time, on a cheaper, and in a better way. That means you got to attain those three things. You can either attain one of those things. One of those three things is that you are cheaper, you are faster, and you are better. That means you are delivering either one of those three. Your business delivers cheaper, or your business delivers better, or it delivers faster. But it will be better if you can even get to the three of this. But if you can't get to the three of this, more so in the time of inflation now, what a lot of people need more now is to deliver cheaper. That cheaper must be a constant in the equation. Must be constant in the equation. Whereby, can you deliver cheaper such that we make you to be in the game? We put you in the game, because everybody is increasing their prices. That's what everybody is doing. But you can take a U-turn and look at your customer base. Use this time to increase your customer base. Look at quantities to sell. That's number one thing. Number two is that optimize your expenses. Cut costs. That's number two. If in a time like this, you might need to begin to optimize, look for alternative, look at the way to cut costs, look at the way to outsource processes, look at the way to begin to compare prices here and there amongst your suppliers. Go for the most reduced price in whatever you're doing. That's what customers are doing as we speak. So you must find a way to optimize, to make sure you are cutting costs. Cut costs. Whatever thing you are buying before, this is not time to become loyal to anybody. It's a time to face the fact. It's a time to focus and see what price delivers better. Even as to your own intake. In terms of your stock, your products, your raw materials. You are a bakery producer. Look at what flour is cheaper. Which flour is cheaper? What are the raw materials cheaper? What are the laborers that can deliver it better? So these are things you do. So cut costs. And number three is that look at market innovation. Look at market innovation. What other niche can you create for your market to reach out to more customers? Now everybody is, you have a market niche before, which has a lot of competitors in it. And now that things are expensive, you might begin to look at how to reach out to larger markets. You have used social media so many times to reach out to a geographic location that's outside your local locations. So these are things. In a time like this, you might begin to look out for bigger markets. Let your advert increase in your advert. Increase. You can use influencers, you can use social media, you can use different platforms to reach out to larger markets than the niche where you are. So that's another way you can begin to increase your product, increase the chances of people buying your products. So number four is that you might need to motivate your staff. This is the time you need to train your staff because to how to respond to this crisis. You might train them all to be at their best. Train your staff to be at their best. As well motivate them, because you know that whatever you are paying them before now, which was valuable to them, now it has been devalued by the state of the economy. So you might begin to give them a flexible ways of working. All those burdens you put on them before now, you might begin to reduce the burden, because whatever price you are paying or whatever amount you are paying has been reduced. Somebody was complaining to me about how much he collects, a time to go during this week. And before now, that company paying such amounts, they've been priding themselves as if amongst our competitors we are paying higher. But now compared to the ratings and the obtainable value of the money in the market, the money is nothing. So, but the person was still complaining about the boss, how the boss still feels as if he's just helping us, as he's just doing a favor, misbehaving here and there. And he said he's planning to resign. He said he's tired of the place. So, he was not really actually complaining about the money, but complaining about the attitude of the boss. Because the boss is not getting to understand the reality. He still felt we are still paying more, not knowing that the time has changed. The economic situation has affected whatever he's paying. Because what he's paying it has been cut down in terms of the value to the employees. So this is a time a lot of companies we introduce work from home. We introduce certain motivations, take a meal, give them a meal, motivate them in one way or another, appreciate them more, reduce the workload. If they have the capacity, employ more people, or probably increase their salary, or give them a certain stipend, which is not attached to the salary, to push whatever they are getting. This is a time you need to motivate your workers. So it's not a time you begin to fire, blast them, do all of those things. Because if you fire a worker collecting, let's say, 50,000, and the next person you want to hire might not stay with that 50,000, because the value of the money has been eaten by inflation. The next thing is that this is a time you need to begin to network. Network with your fellow people in the same industry. If you're a business person, you want to go and purchase a product, probably with the cost of transportation, cost of shipping, cost of importation, you might need to really leverage on networking. 2 or 3, 4 people can buy the market at the same time, or import the raw materials together, so that to reduce costs, the burden that would have been on you alone. This is the time you need to network. In your business space, you need to network. So that in your cost of production can be reduced. You might need to network, exchange ideas. Networking exchange is you leverage on ideas. Because some of them have an access into information you don't have access to. They might know some things you don't know. So you might just feel that they are thriving, but you are not thriving. So they might need to share some secrets with you that you don't know. So this is the time you need to network and get ideas from others and that are in the same line of business. So another thing is that you leverage on technology. Now that the cost of things have gone up, you might need to leverage on technology. Like those who are in a barbing salon business, let me just use that for example. Now the cost of fuel is gone up. For them to use generator to cut air, the burden on the customers is high. Some customers will not want to pay. Then you need the leverage on technology, like using rechargeable clipper. Now they use rechargeable clipper. It's cheaper to use. So they can go with the old price they were charging customers, and the customer will still feel good, even appreciate them. As a matter of fact, a lot of customers will come to such people who are using such. So you leverage on technologies. I don't know what in your area of production, in your area of business, what are the technologies you can leverage on that can reduce your costs, that can make you to float in business. This is the time you begin to alternate. This is the time you begin to outsource processes. This is the time you begin to think beyond, out of the box, to see technologies you can use that will enhance, that will make you to be on par, or make you to thrive in a time like this. So you need to really look at things you need to do, like all of those things I've been mentioning, that will help you to function in a business, so that you can begin to work so much in this line. So the last one I'll be talking about 7 is put substance above form. Put substance above form. Now, whatever you are doing, you need to begin to create alternative businesses, attach alternative businesses to what you're doing. You have to see, what do you do to maximize your customers? What do you do to maximize making your store a one-stop shop? Making your business place a one-stop place. What other aspect of your business spectrum can you adopt that will increase your income and as well satisfy the customer more? You are, let's say for example, you are a mechanic. Okay, you sell, okay, you are a mechanic, you have a mechanical workshop. Now you might begin to adopt selling spare parts to it. You might begin to adopt servicing. You might begin to adopt some other things in that area of business, public documentation, of car documentation. You may begin to adopt several areas within the industry, such that will help you to make more profit and will help you to maximize. The customer still want to come to you. Not because of other things, because the cost of repair has gone up, they might not want to come to you. But when they know that you are still selling parts, the further they come to you with parts, they will be forced to want to do repair. So by making your shop a one-stop shop, it makes them to still want to stay with you. So you might begin to think about diversifying, not just actually diversifying. Yeah, diversifying can happen as well, because the moment your business begin to get attached to it, other businesses that are within the range of your business, those customers will still be coming around you. And more so, if you have enough money, you can begin to digress or diversify into most actual products that is needed, most needed products by the customer. Because now, like I said, with much of the squeezes in the economy, it has weakened, the purchasing powers of customers. Now they are going to be prioritizing whatever they're going to put their money in. So if you are such person, you might be able to digress into things that may get the attention of people in terms of that their purchasing power can quickly get. So you might want to begin to diversify. And also another idea is that you might begin to run into installment. Like what this Easy Buy are doing with phones now. They say, come and buy phones, pay, instrumentally. We are not used to that. So in this part of the world, in other Western part of the world, they are used to that. So in this part of the world, you might begin to go into installment. Okay, you want to buy a phone of 100,000. Okay, make a deposit of 40,000. Then split the rest of 60,000 over 3 months, 20,000. Get the right documentations and likes of that. Okay, you want to buy a car. Okay, how much do you have? The car costs 2.5 million. The car costs 5 million. Okay, make a deposit of 2 million. Then pay the rest of the 3 million in 6 months, 500,000. That's with proper, make it that all things are equal. I mean, in terms of the person has the capacity. Don't go and make installment for someone that doesn't have the capacity. A person has a financial income that can cover the rest of the month. So you might begin to look at, you are selling properties, you are selling lands. The land people, the real estate folks have been doing that even before now. Sell a land of 2 million, pay 700,000, pay 1 million, spread the rest of it into 1 year, according to your capacity, which will not eat deep in your business. So these are the strategies you need to leverage on in a time like this. In a time like this, you need to alternate. You need to think deeper. You need to look at what to do. And with these 7 things we have talked about pricing model, look at how to review your price. We are talking about cut costs. We are talking about market innovation. We are talking about motivate staff. We are talking about networking. We are talking about as well, using technology. As well, we talked about, substance over form. It's not just about the business, it's about the customers. What will the customer want? Give them their taste. Let them get habitual to you. Then you see that they will not leave your side. That's what I have for you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can get all of our videos, as they're coming. Subscribe to it, like it, comment on it, share it. So important, because we want to do a video, like I said in the other video, we want to do a holistic video on the best practice in entrepreneurship. Okay, we're going to teach, it's going to be a business teaching. It's going to be a business training, holistic business training. We're going to be teaching on finance. We're going to be teaching, on market. We're going to be teaching on skill. You need to have a skill for that, whatever you're going to. We're going to be teaching on math literacy. We're going to be teaching on business plan, having a business plan, and having a prototype of that business you want to go into. We're not teaching about 7 things, strategies to go around in the business, the right strategies, in a location where you are, so using SWOT, using 5 Ps. So we're going to teach around these things so that you can be able to maximize so much. So that's why you need to subscribe so that you can get the video as it comes. Once again, my name is Pastor James Olokesusi. So join us once again. Stay blessed. Make sure you apply all that you have learned.